Alright, we have this ranking chart, spatial chart, and flow charts. These charts help you rank measures in an order. So, like you saw in the earlier charts, few of those charts help you rank those items based on some order. So, clustered bar chart, you can order it based on the particular product or in terms of the growth or a height. You can rank them specifically. Matrix charts also. So, basically, things which you can sort is what you can make use of over here. So you have option to sort in clustered bar charts, matrix chart, tabular chart, and then you have some unknown T accounts, and then there is table sorter. So something which works on sorting is the chart which you can make use of to identify the ranking. So these group of charts are made use of for identifying the rankings. Sortable charts, if I have to tell you the list. These are ranking charts, and the top four, the clustered bar chart, cluster column chart, matrix, table, and at the bottom right, multi-row cards. These are the main charts which you can make use of to identify the ranks of the products, people, growth, etc. Moving on, the next is a spatial chart. Spatial chart are used to display measures over spatial maps. So anything with respect to a geographical region, okay, can be made use of using these spatial charts. So spatial means geography, and for them you have the map chart available to you and the field map chart and the shape map chart available to you by default. There are new arc.js maps in the latest version of Power BI Desktop. Along with that, you have different kinds of charts. One of them is globe data bars, and there is a drill down cartogram and drill down choropleth. All three of them are available in the app source. However, keep in mind these all charts are to be used when you are working with the content which speaks about different geography. So easiest way to identify this is look for the geographical terms in your data. So probably a column or a region or a city or a state or a location or a street, etc. can be made use of to put the data on these maps. A very a good representative way of displaying geographic information. Then there is a flow, or if there is a flow or a dynamic relation, for example, a funnel, which is the third column, for example, a sales funnel, where you work on lead to opportunity and then moving on to sale and then closing, servicing. So usually those for different stage based chart are the flow charts. So wherever there are different stages which you feel in your system and which you want to separately represent, for a typical developer or designer flow would make use of different approval stages of your system that can be effectively represented in this. It can also tell an assembly line which is also staged by in some manner and which can be represented using these flow charts. There is a waterfall chart which shows different stages. Then there is an alternate version custom developed by a third party and hosted on an app source. Then there is chord, then there is force directed graph. So things when move from one thing to another, that can be shown over here. Then there is a bow tie chart when you have certain sets going into another bucket that can be represented. A funnel source with an MAQ, horizontal funnel by MAQ, hierarchy chart by elevation, social network graph showing who knows whom kind of representation. So it's like a link as well as a stage based flow which you want to represent. So as you see, these charts are available for usage, but it comes with a brief question which a designer or a developer have to answer, as in which chart is applicable to my current need. And that comes from the business, as in a business would like to see some specific information, and which by default, if you think on that information, you analyze and realize it falls in one of these buckets, like ranking chart, spatial chart, or a flow chart. It's good to know the categorization of these charts. Also, the know every chart at a very cursory level, so that you can always come back to this slide and identify which chart is applicable in my current scheme of things. Organizational chart, again, it moves from one to another. Then there is a journey chart by MAQ. It's an alternate version of a social network graph. Then there is a slope chart by MAQ again, and the R represents there is a need for the R language understanding also in place.